In Star Trek, the ship's computer seems to be capable of multiple tasks of immense complexity. Why, considering other sentient computers, did Star Trek never produce an AI ship's computer? They had a holographic doctor, after all.
I'm like, part of me is like, is this the original series or is this the next gen? Because they had Data wandering around.
Well, they definitely don't have it in the original series. In the original series, they actually have an episode called The Ultimate Computer, where they deploy something called the M5 computer, built by Dr. Richard Daystrom, from the Daystrom Institute, of course. But he, and that actually ends up being a terrible thing. It destroys the USS Lexington, and it wrecks a couple of other ships, and it's a bad... Watch the episode. So I would argue that the Enterprise D's main computer in the next generation is actually at least as advanced as almost any other human-built computer that we ever encounter on Star Trek. Data is really cool, and he's really powerful, but I think that even he isn't as powerful as the Enterprise ship's computer. The Enterprise ship's computer is an extremely strong artificial intelligence system. And we see it in a couple of episodes. 1001 in season 1, where Picard and Riker are trapped on the Enterprise after it's been hijacked by the Binars. They actually end up just issuing commands to the computer. And it's entirely unclear by the end of that episode why they have a crew. Because they just say, computer, take us to such and such star system. Take us back to Starbase 74. And the computer just is like, yep, okay, cool. Turns the ship around, takes them back. It's like, why do you have a helmsman? The computer is just smarter than you are. And so, yeah, I think that the question is, why didn't they build smarter and more sentient ship's computers? I think the better question is, why did they bother to build the Doctor? And why is he a self-contained thing? I mean, he should just be like a plug-in module. You should download him from www.holographicdoctor.com as a plug-in to the ship's computer on the USS Voyager. I mean, really. So, I guess the answer is, I reject the premise of your question.
In Star Wars, we see robotic characters capable of self-determination and self-thought. Are the droids in Star Wars actually slaves if they are self-aware?
Yeah, this isn't a technology question. This is philosophy. This is all you.
This is the one aimed at me.
Yeah, this is all about you.
This is the neat question. Oh my goodness. Geez, that's such a massive, like, tangled knot of a question too. Is the thing, because it's like, first of all, when did they move from sapient to sapient? Are they aware that they're slaves? How do they feel about being slaves?
Man, do droids in Star Wars have emotions? Can they feel anything about anything?
Arguably. I mean, C-3PO is the embodiment of anxiety, so...
In Solo, the newest movie, the droid did show emotions.
Oh, we're accepting that as canon now?
Yeah, it's apparently canon now.
Okay, cool.
So, technically, they're slaves. Technically, they're tools.
It did rebel and the robot rebellion.
Yeah, that's what I heard, was that it's unhappy with its conditions. We still have a couple years before our AIs get to that point, so I'm gonna...
Are you sure?
I hope. Because we certainly haven't figured out how to deal with it at this point. Like,
by we, you and me. Nick Bostrom's been working on it for a while.
I mean, I know what I would do if I had a robot.
But we can't put that on YouTube. Okay.
In Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, Ultron is a dick from scene 1. If AI follows the typical formation of other sentient creatures, would a nurturing environment produce a well-behaved Ultron?
Would a person raised in a nurturing environment turn out to be a dick? It happens quite often.
But I think that the big thing is that once you get to to self-motivated artificial intelligences who are taking actions of their own volition, the idea that they might even have a value and motivation system that's even comparable to humans is is questionable.
Yeah.
At best, I think that. I mean, I think that this is kind of going to end up being something of like a blue-orange morality, where they have no. Unless somebody explicitly goes out of their way to teach them particular morality and particular ways of dealing with things, they're just going to kind of act not immorally but amorally.
Yeah, it's kind of back to that whole slave thing where it's like how aware are they and how do they feel about how their circumstances? Because, like, you know, it's very possible that for them just being a robot doing their things, just that's all they really want in life. Yeah, but I mean, like with people, you know, you get dicks from all walks of society.